Hey everybody, this is Mike Tomasello with How to Land Any Job, and we're going live on Facebook. We are going to be doing a free live resume training today, and so as we get started, I'm going to encourage you to share this with your friends. Make sure you share this with your friends, and actually, as we're getting ready for everyone to join us, I am actually going to share this with a couple communities that I promise to go ahead and check this out. And so again, everybody, this is Mike Tomasello with How to Land Any Job. We're going to be doing free live resume training today. Whatever you do, do not waste $500, $200, whatever. Do not waste $200 to $500 on a resume writer until you've watched this entire video. We're going to discuss some things that I have been spending the last 20 years of my life researching. So I've been researching best practices. I have been speaking with hiring managers and recruiters, hundreds and hundreds of people, and really getting an idea in terms of what's working, what's not working with resumes. And so I'm going to share as much of that within an hour with you as possible. So if that's of interest to you, if you think that's of interest of some loved ones, please go ahead, share this with your loved ones. Another thing I'm going to encourage you to do is I'm going to encourage you to like, comment, ask questions, because if there's sort of a lukewarm response to this training today, then I might take it down because I only want to do this if it's worthwhile for you. So if it's worthwhile for you, show me some love, show me some likes, give me some content, and make as many comments as possible. All the comments, good or bad, is going to be helpful. Just getting ready to share this to a couple other people. Great, Sheila. I'm glad you're ready to start learning. Elena, you're welcome. Glad you can make it today. Nicole, ready to take it in. Awesome. And as I mentioned before, I'm just getting ready for a couple more people to join us or so before we get started. Welcome, Casey. Welcome, Michael. Now, those of you joining in from some different areas, sometimes there's some nuances to resumes across the country. So one thing that would be really helpful to me is comments where you're watching this from and or where you're looking for a job from. And so if you're in the Bay Area, let me know that. I actually know the Bay Area really well, so you can let me know your exact city. I'll know exactly where you're at. Or if you're calling in from Omaha or Chicago or Nebraska, please let me know. Hola, Alexander. Bienvenido. Bienvenidos a todos. We're going to do this one in English today, but love to have people from all across the country joining us today. Thanks, Michael from Boulder, Colorado. I'm really excited and interested to see where you're all checking in from. We had some crazy guests the last time around. Beautiful Colorado joining us, South San Francisco Bay Area, San Jose, awesome. And last time we actually had some multi-millionaire entrepreneurs join us. So everybody's looking to learn a little bit more in terms of how things work in the talent space, how things work with the job search. And so in case a friend of yours doesn't know about this, please go ahead and again, click that share button, share that to your timeline or tag them in this. Hey, welcome Palo Alto, Rebecca. Glad you can make it. Louisa from Santa Clara. So I know we have some people from some other parts of the country also joining us. So make sure you check in in the comment window like everybody else is doing. And just one more thing I have to type up as we start to get into some of the content. Again, for those of you just joining us, my name is Mike Tomasello. I'm with howtolandanyjob.com. And one of the things that sort of makes me unique from a lot of resume teachers, resume writers out there, and again, for those of you who are thinking about hiring a resume writer, I highly encourage you to watch the entire video all the way through before you do that. Because most resume writers have only been taught one way of doing resumes. And with the research that I've been doing over the past 20 years, I've been interviewing hundreds and hundreds of hiring managers and recruiters all around the country. And because sometimes recruiters and hiring managers have different opinions. So sometimes I hear a recruiter say something like, well, resumes should only be one page long. And while there's many instances where you do only want to have a one-page resume, having only a one-page resume for some other people is completely the wrong decision. And so if you're only listening to one person's advice, one recruiter's advice or whatnot, you're totally making a mistake that might negatively affect your resume and the results that you're getting. Again, for those of you just joining us, please drop in the comment window where you're checking in from today or what market you're looking to apply into. If you're looking to apply into multiple markets, you might even drop that in as well. So maybe you're doing a national search and you're looking at jobs in Houston, jobs in Colorado, jobs in Chicago, New York. Let me know the multiple markets because that might impact some of the stuff that I say today. In addition, please share this with anyone else that you think might benefit from a little bit of resume tweaking or advice. Because maybe I save you hundreds of dollars today. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this video is I actually had about 100 people contact me this week and say, hey, Mike, can I get 15 minutes of your time, 30 minutes of your time? And so the reason why I decided to do an hour-long training with you guys today is because I don't have 15 minutes of time to do with hundreds of people. So I figured if I shared as much of my research in an hour as possible, that I was really going to be able to impact as many of you as possible. So go ahead and drop any comments, questions, city that you're checking in from in the chat window, and we'll go ahead and get started. And so awesome, multiple people checking in from Colorado today, multiple people checking in from the Bay Area today. I see some people from the Midwest checking in today. Thanks for the wows, thanks for the likes. Thanks for all the comments. Definitely, like I said, if I don't get a tremendous, amazing impact to this video, I'm going to take it down. Because if this isn't helping you guys, then I don't want to do much with it. So unlike a lot of people out there with resumes, I believe that one person's opinion isn't enough. Because if let's say you want to go into product management, if you ask one director of product management his opinion on resumes, he's going to base the opinions that he gives you based on the resumes he's seen, and he may or may not understand some of the nuances. So for example, one of the big questions is one-page resume versus two-page resumes. Well, he might say, I only want to see a one-page resume. And what he might not realize, the reason why he's potentially giving that advice to you is potentially this hiring manager, this director of product management, or whatever area that you're looking to get a job in, he might be giving you that advice because he's seen hundreds, if not thousands, of resumes that are very poorly written. And so it's not so much one page versus two page, it's is your resume well written or not? Is your resume concise or not? And so I'm going to go over some principles that are going to apply. And Tommy, we're definitely going to cover some of the biggest resume mistakes that people make. Mahid, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but risk fraud analyst positions in San Jose, awesome. That's helpful for me. Louisa, UI, UX design. Actually, a couple of my coaching clients just landed jobs in UI, UX designer. So this is definitely going to apply to you as well. David, we're not going to talk about presentation letters today to accompany the resume, but some of the same principles are going to work for you. So let me just, I need to walk around a little bit and get my exercise. So as I share some of these key principles with you, I'm going to move around the room a little bit and make this a little bit more interesting. And again, if you get a chance, please go ahead and click that share button and share this with other people that you think. Ivan, why I'm so damn sexy? That's an excellent question. Good genes, my brother. I believe Ivan's checking in from Europe. He might be in Macedonia. He might be all over the world. But entry-level mechanical engineer design jobs, awesome, with limited experience. So we're definitely going to cover that. So, all right. So the number one concept, if you don't remember anything else but this thing I'm going to say right now, it's going to help you tremendously. And some of you that are paying $200, $500 to a resume writer, some of the resume writers out there are breaking this key concept. And so write it down, bold it, underline it, star it a couple hundred times. The average person has an 8-second attention span. That's specifically people in the United States of America. United States adults have an 8-second attention span. That's not a joke. That's not an exaggeration. I'm not just talking about millennials. I'm not just talking about Generation Z. The average United States adult has an 8-second attention span. Another key concept that you have to remember at all times regarding your resume is that the average job in the United States, we're talking average. This could be a small mom and pop place that employs 100 or 200 people a year. The average job in the United States gets 100 applicants per position, 100. Now, something that might potentially blow some of your guys' minds, some of you that have been following me a while are going to know this one already, but large brand name companies, like let's say